My name is Samantha Jameson. I am the Program Director of 4-H, Youth Enrichment, and Ag Education in Louisa County. And yesterday, many of you guys saw chicks hatching, and I just wanted to update you all that every single one of our eggs have hatched. So I just wanted to let you guys see the baby chicks after they've hatched. We'll do a little bit of learning from the incubator where all of those eggs are still at before I clean those up, and then I'll let you guys take a look at the baby chicks. Alright, so let me flip this around. We've got all the baby chicks sitting under their brooder. We'll look in at them here in just a moment. First, I wanted to talk about our incubator. So I've got that shut off. So here are the leftover eggs from after they have hatched, and our last chick hatched this morning early. We ended up with 100% hatching rate. It is remarkable. That is not something you usually see. So as you guys saw, this one was one that you guys probably saw hatch. It sat there and kind of pushed along the outside until it could get out. It started piping, eventually made a big enough hole to get out. So if you look inside, you see a whole bunch of red lines. Those are leftover blood vessels. And we've got blood vessels in there because that chick was physically attached to the membranes inside of the shell. And so when they hatched, we couldn't help them because they had to dry out those vessels so they could get out. So some more blood vessels. There is actually some waste left by the chick that was in here. That would be the browner and the, not sure if you guys can see it, the white in there. So yeah, this is what they have been in the last 20 to 21 days inside of the incubator, inside their eggs. So let's take a look at our baby chicks. They're very shy, and they like to stay under that brooder to keep them warm. Let's see if we can maybe get them out. Okay, all right, babies. Let's take your brooder away so everyone can see you guys. So here's our baby chicks. We've got a whole bunch of yellow ones, but then we've got these darker colored ones. This one is a whole different breed than all the other dark ones. This one and the one right behind it. Oh, hold on, Betty. If you look carefully at its feet, it's got feathers all down its leg. And same with this one right here. It's got feathers running all up and down its leg. Some breeds have that feathering up and down the leg. Those are the only two that have it. Here's another dark one, little cute multicolored one. And then all the other yellow ones look very similar to each other. We won't really necessarily know what breed exactly they are going to be until they are quite a bit older. And that one chick that's up there in the front just found the food dish. They have been hovering under their brood plate because the room that they are currently in is quite cold. If you remember yesterday during the hatching feed when I came and gave you updates, I had to close off this room because we have 3 very curious cats. So I had to lock this door so that way the cats couldn't come in and get any of the chicks. So I've put a space heater into this room to get it nice and warm. And the chicks have still been warming up under their brooder. Later on, we will do another live lesson about what these chicks will be doing as they get older, and the chicken industry as a whole. I can also show you my personal coop where these chicks will all be going to during that lesson. It is quite a bit different from the normal chicken industry, so I'll explain more about that at our next lesson when we talk about the chicken industry. As you can see, they're all huddling over in that corner because that's where their brooder has been, so they're probably a little bit chilly, but we'll let them run around for you guys. They've found their water and their feed, but they're more interested in that warmth. So for those of you kids that were working on percentages before you left school, I've got a problem for you guys to solve. We started with 14 eggs, and I had 14 that hatched. So I'll give you guys a moment to figure out what percentage of hatching we had. If you said 100%, you are correct. 14 out of 14 is 100%. We had a 100% hatch rate. Most of the time you do not get that high of a hatch rate. You get more like the 70%. And that's with perfect conditions. So we are very surprised that we had this good of a hatch rate for this incubator. Not necessarily that is going to be the case for all the other incubators that we have scattered throughout the county from our L&M chick hatching project. Got one very loud chick. So then, if you're counting, we only have 13 baby chicks in here. Whoops. Decided to knock you guys over. Sorry about that. That chick was very interested in the camera. Okay. So, as I was saying, we have only 13 baby chicks in here. So that means we did lose one chick after it hatched. So it doesn't affect our hatch rate, but it will affect our total number live. So, for those of you that are doing percentages, out of our total eggs, we have 13 live chicks. So what percentage would that be? I'll give you guys a moment. if you guys said about 93%, that's me rounding. So if you guys take your percentage and you round it up to the nearest whole, I got 93%. If you guys used a calculator, you probably got 92.86%. So I just rounded that up to the nearest whole number. So out of our total eggs, we ended up with about 93% live chicks. Got a lot of chicks checking out the camera. I might move this water back to try and get them to be able to see you guys a little bit better. Same with our feed over here. That's attracting a lot of our chicks. There we go. Now you can see more baby chicks. So the feed that these chicks are eating are crumbled, medicated feeds that you buy at a store such as Farm and Fleet or Orscheln's or any elevator that's local to you. It's crumbled because these chicks are young, that if you get much bigger, like